This message is for a collective of divine feminines who are not making any kind of attempt to contact the divine masculine and haven't for a while unless they are divinely guided to do so. And the only contact you're attempting to make is with divine. You realize that this is kind of the ultimate. You're not even trying to contact your divine masculine in the 5D or anything like that, right? Because you recognize your journey. And what this is doing is actually opening you up to receiving him even more. And what you're noticing is that he will come to you in his own time, in his own way. And when he does, it's always so filled with love. There's no attachment, there's no fear. There's just pure divine love. Okay, and you're so focused on that path. Your divine feminine collective who you might even be watching for videos like this, because unless you're given a sign to, because you're so devoted to you now, you recognize your worth. You've already had to learn how to detach. You have felt your divine masculine's heartbreaks, pain, confusion, emotionally, all of it. And you've really had to learn how to detach and come back to yourself to really work through your shadows, to everything that it was bringing out of you. Okay, your divine feminine collective, you're now so focused on your inner union that it's kind of, that is your focus, that is your priority, and that is what you are basing every action on moving forward. You recognize the triggers when they come up, you recognize them in such a way that you're able to step back and observe your shadows doing their thing, observe how you are responding. You are no longer entangled in it, even though sometimes you feel the pull of that. You're able to step back more than you ever have done before. You're at a point where you know that it doesn't matter what his name is, what his face is or anything, as long as he is showing up in his divinity. You're devoted to your path and it's beautiful. So what's the guidance? Because I will say you're very much listening to your divine guidance, even when you feel like, oh, you don't know whether you should or shouldn't do that. It's divine that is guiding you, and you are so like in kind of in reverence of that, which is beautiful. Queen of Pentacles, exactly. I do feel like you're learning how to express yourself beautifully in a way that is from that divine space. Yeah, no longer from that wounded inner child or anything like this, which is really beautiful, right? There is some clarity that you're still hoping to receive, yeah. With this 8 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles, it's kind of giving that you are working on clearing it through your own mind and not having to kind of depend on somebody outside of you to bring that to you. Yeah, we've got the Hierophant here and the Strength card. So we've got the Queen of Cups and the Empress, as well as the Queen of Pentacles on the table here, okay? And the Four of Wands. There are many different people outside of you who see you as, like, I'm going to say perfect, but I don't know if that's the right word, but they see you as the person they'd want, right? They see you as a queen, they see you as a goddess, they see you in your power. And you have a new beginning coming, which is really beautiful, something that's more stable, more grounded, something that is more on your level. It feels like there's something that's being closed out right now, a cycle, but more than that, there's something opening for you. That's what I'm feeling. So I feel like you've been closing a lot out, right? Especially by working within yourself. But in doing so, there's a beautiful new cycle coming for you, which is really beautiful, because I feel like you've been working so hard for this, right? We've got the Two of Wands and the Tower. All the clarity you've been gaining and how you've been seeing things more in a new way is really helping you to gain the strength and the courage required for you to walk this new path now. It feels like there's been a karmic third-party situation that you were brought into, okay, and it ended in heartbreak. You've actually really had to build yourself up from this, because you were left alone to do this, right? There was someone else involved, and unfortunately that was a really destructive kind of energy over there. But your focus right now has been, you've been doing so beautifully, working on yourself and really stepping into your power and allowing yourself to walk away from all of this confusion. You're not an option, you're not a choice, you're not someone who, you're not, all these things that were triggered in you, you're not, you realise that actually you deserve the King of Cups energy, masculine energy, who is really in the emotional stability available to you, and not just leaving you in confusion, leaving you feeling like you're one of many, and you're divine feminine energy. You deserve to be treated like that. It's sad because it feels like there's still a lot of internal conflict and kind of indecision that you were left in, that still is a heavy weight, and you've been really clearing through that and allowing yourself the time to go inwards to do this. So it's taken a lot of like emotion, energy, and just time generally for you to do this, but this is part of your path, right? I know that obviously you can invest that more kind of in a better way moving forwards than you're going to be, because there's so much that you have to do here. There's actually a masculine energy that's coming through who is learning how to listen to his intuition. He has really good intuition. Unfortunately, he's just disregarded it a lot in his life, okay? But when it comes to love anyway, there's been like a confusion between love and lust, something like this, okay? But your focus is really to clear through the anxieties that this brings out in you, okay? Because you're going to be feeling it, your alignment is, you're connected by frequency and energy. So focus on you and stay in your lane. Some divine masculines really believe that if a child is involved in a situation, they need to like step up and step in, but actually sometimes that which is a sad thing really, because you don't really want a child to be anyone's karma or having to carry the traumas of their parents, right? But sometimes it is like divine saying, look at the impact of your actions, you know, try to make them understand that they need to leave the situation, right? We've got codependency, unrequited love, free yourself, children, okay? So there's this energy. We've also got here reconciliation, heart-to-heart conversations, make the effort very soon, okay? Something about keeping an open mind with what's coming through, okay? No expectations, no like template. You hear a lot about what should and shouldn't be, but really it's about aligning with yourself and listening to your heart and soul, and also paying attention to the conversation, listen to what they're saying to you, and really see how it feels within you, okay? And because it's just beyond the words and beyond the face, you're going to be feeling your heart, and that is so important for you to listen to that, because the masculine has been learning how to do this and still continues to. This is also Divine Feminine Collective who's really working on their finances, that the kind of like career path. And it's really beautiful because it's helping them to learn how to love themselves even more. You might soon be in a position where you're going to need to be using your voice or just speaking your truth, and it's going to ask you to step out of your comfort zone, but also to have faith, to surrender to the divine as you do this. There's something you're working on, and there is a win-win outcome forecast on that, okay? But it's going to require you to really take action, to be bold in that direction, and have faith in yourself and in your confidence, because the energy of this already is gaining so much momentum. You know this. Remember that you are good enough, because there's prosperity that lays ahead, right? And with whatever this is that you're moving towards, but you've just got to really release the negativity that's like stopping you from holding your vision, right? Anything that's coming in the way, that's what needs to be released right now. Stay focused on that beautiful light ahead, that vision ahead. You may have people from your past entering your life who can trigger your attachment, codependency, and addictions, okay, from the past, but you're being guided to really stay on your path right now. You know where you're going, something that you really wanted or thought you did, right? But unfortunately, you're realizing now, it's coming to you, that there's too many people still involved, too many third parties, or even I feel like there's a heavily karmic situation here that's involved still. And unfortunately, that's not yours to handle. So you're having to move away and walk away from this situation. God is in charge, guarded and protected. Shield yourself, protect yourself as well. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. This is the past, the karmic situation, third parties, even if they're still in your head, and it might not even be happening in the physical, right? The person you're asking about is trustworthy. I feel like that's your person. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly, okay? And that I feel like that's a message for your person, to be honest. But wherever there was a past situation where it felt like there was a third party karmic and you were left behind, or you had to walk away from it, or whatever, where it just felt like there was an unrequited, not reciprocated love, that's what needs to be released now, because that can't keep playing on loop in your mind, okay, when the future wants to come for you, right? Everything you've been holding faith for and really healing for, okay? And this is really about you now. So stay in your lane. Let me know how this resonates. Sending so much love.